welcome. And today, finally, we're gonna lower this car. Put the springs here, because that car is too high. It needs to sit lower to the ground, so we're gonna do that today. So this is the springs, front and back. It's from H&R, and they're supposedly lowering the car. I think it was like long range about 30 millimeters, and the performance 22 or something. I don't think the performance is lower from Tesla. I think the long range and the performance, they have the same height. I've been measuring a few cars. It's not certainty. Maybe the cars I've been measuring has been something faulty or whatever, but the ones I measured have the same gap as performance or long range. So this is the front, 39 centimeters from the middle. That's pretty consistent with the rear. I've done this now on one side. There's some difference. I think there's difference between the performance and the long range. I know people are saying it ain't, but I think it is. It's difference because the shock on the performance is different. It's a bigger job, but it's doable and it's okay. But I'm gonna tell you when I go through it and show you the differences. What I had to do was make this. This is the long socket, 13 millimeter, and to get in these holes here, it needs to be thin walled, but I couldn't get any, not at this time, so I used the angle grinder and just grind it down until it fitted, and now it fits snugly. And so if you're in the same boat, this is most time consuming of everything. Maybe as time consuming as getting the shock and all that shit, but I'm gonna show you it's a hassle. You have to take out this here, just pop it up, unplug, 10 millimeter here, they're behind these shopping bags. Open them up, and also this part, just pop it off, 10 millimeter. Here. That's your air intake up here. Okay, so you got the car on the stand, you got the tires off. Here's what you need to do, and bear in mind this is on the performance. I think there's difference because everything I've seen from doing this has been on the long range, and on the long range this one doesn't go through here, so this T-bone, or whatever you call it, is wishbone or whatever, it's shorter, it's like this big, so most people just lift it up and take it out, the whole shock. But here you need to dismantle here, you need to take this one off and this one, and also the screws up here. But Okay, so first thing, we're gonna loosen up this one. That's 18mm. As long as you take this now, you don't have to use the torque to hold it back, because there's some tension on this arm, so it don't turn. Okay, now we're gonna loosen up this one. Just a lug nut, whatever you call it. We're just gonna take that out, not the bolt that's gonna be in there, but we're just gonna loosen it up. This is a 20mm. Only this one off. Then we need to take off this clip and this clip. This is free because we need a little bit more movement here. So under here I place a jack, just a second jack right there, and that's to get the weight off. Now we're gonna take this off, 15mm, and a torque. Now we raise this one until this one gets loose. Just take it out. Take this one out. The best thing is to lift and then just pull it out, but I only got two hands, so I gotta hold the camera. So just push down on the brake rotor. Now we can loosen this one. Time to use the homemade tool. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? I like it. So we're gonna loosen these bolts here. Let me just make sure it's under there and holding like that, so this one doesn't fall down. Just undo the rest of the screws. Then we lower jack stand. So to get this out now, we need to push down and push this one up. Okay, so as far as I can tell, this is different on the performance, as well as this one. It is way bigger than on the long range, so it's harder to get out. And the shock is for performance, as well as the spring is for performance. So I think a lot of people say it's the same spring, same shocks on performance and long range, but here's the proof, it's not. So this is the boring part, and the hard part, the tedious part, using this, whatever call them, spring something. Just tighten them until the spring is loose, and then you can do the rest of the work. So this is just going to be a time lapse because my compressor is too small, so we use too much air, and yeah. Anyway, way. This one is loose. You take off this cover here. And I also marked the rubber and the metal here because, and that screw, because this is triangular. So you need to have correct alignment with the feet here if you're gonna get it in. If you're not gonna install it with these ones, but these are some cheap shitty ones and I think they're too big, so I can't fit the shock with them mounted, so I have to take them off. That's why I aligned this one. So taking off this one, the whole thing is rotating. There's a screw here and you need to use an air gun to get it off, or else if you do it manually everything is just gonna rotate. Then we can take this one off. If you're gonna do this, make sure you have a bigger air compressor than I have, because this is taking a lot of time. Probably 60% of the install time is waiting for the compressor to fill up with air to compress and decompress the springs. But now I'm done. Now I'm just have to install it. What you want to do is make sure the edge of the spring is in the rubber here, as well as up here. There's these marks, like these dents in the rubber. So align that properly. Make sure this one is compressed enough for this one to have free play on the rod. When everything is aligned and ready to go, I ran out of battery for a moment, but you just wiggle it in the same way as you took it out. When you get it in there, fasten with one bolt in the top, and then we're gonna do the rest. So the next step is mounting this. Use the small jack on the and we take the bolt this way. Okay, next we mount the big bolt, and then put on the nut and 20 mil each side. Last part. We're gonna use the jack again. And now we're just gonna raise it with the jack until we can align it. Okay. So by now you probably have reinstalled your front and done everything. So now it's the easy part. Here the spring is separate behind here. I'm just gonna install a 10mm screw holding this plastic cover here. And then we're gonna take out this bolt and that bolt. First of all, take out a 10mm screw here, and that releases this whole plastic cover, which is probably full of sand and dirt. So then we do the bolts here, 20mm both. Then we need to use the jack again. We're gonna place it under here, and I'm gonna use one of these bucks. I'm gonna put it up here in that area here. So just lift them until you see the bolt get loose. Then you take out the bolt for the shock absorber. Okay. So after you jacked it up, you will feel it come loose. And when it's loose, you can just pull it out. And when you're lowered, you can take this out. And to get the spring out, all we need to do is push this down, and the spring comes loose. Take out the rubber seal, put it on the new spring. Make sure you do it the right way. You can either take out the bottom rubber, or you can leave it in there. And we place the new spring. And you will see there's a mark. There's a mark in the rubber in the bottom. And there's 4 like the small flaps that you need to get over. Okay, so now we got them in place. You see that rubber thing? That there, that's where it should align. When that's done, you just align it in the top, and that's it. And the next one is the shock. Just align it. Get the bolt through. Okay, when that's done, you're pretty much done with this part. You only need to take this plastic cover, put it back. That's done. And that's pretty easy. I mean, the rear side is so easy. I post the numbers down here, what I measured before and after. And thanks for watching. And if you're gonna do this, it's not that hard, but again, I will probably pay someone to do it next time.